Oh, wow, look at that little dude. Hey, what's up? I'm getting my hair cut soon. I'm tired of it. This is Ryan Cook. Welcome to Tool Talk Tuesday. This week we are talking about, yep, you guessed it, fixing cracks, how to fix cracks, and how to deal with cracks when you have clients, because that happens all the time. I get asked all the time, how do I fix cracks? How do I fix cracks? Well, here's the easiest way to put it. You fix cracks with shims or offcuts. You find a shim, a cedar shim. I use cedar wood, and then I just get glue. I jam it in there, and I put the wood glue in here. I let it set for a few minutes, and then I start to carve it away and I refinish it. Now, each one is different. You got to be careful. You don't want to over push it in, because if you over push it in, it's going to actually spread the wood out more. So you want it to be nice and snug. Let the glue set for a bit, and then you can carve it away. So this happens all the time, and you got to remember that with everything you do in carving is, you know, the more honest you are with clients, the easier it is for them to also understand that, you know, what's going to expect with wood. These guys have been great to me here. I'm at a location, I don't want to say where it is because this is one of the coolest places ever. It is awesome. But, you know, the one thing I gotta say is that, you know, if you just tell people like wood cracks, that's just the fact of the matter, and that's what is going to happen with pretty much every piece, especially if it goes inside. The way I word it with people is I say, if you're gonna put it inside, it's basically like putting it in a microwave, because the wood is wet, the wood is old. Traditionally, if it's a big piece, the wood is old, and if you put it inside, it's a dry heat, and that dry heat is, it's like a microwave. It cooks it from the inside, and then they pop. And that happened here, and I told them it was going to happen, and I told them I'd save a day where I would come out and fix it. And all of them crack in different ways. It depends on the wood, it depends on the amount it was dried. You know, it depends on a lot of different factors. Now, I don't go crazy with like the little ones here, because that's just, you know, it's not totally commanding the, you know, the eye, the emphasis. The emphasis is the focal point of a carving. If it's on like the face here, we're gonna fix that because there's a lot of emphasis in that piece. And right here, that's another focal point. So we're gonna patch these up. We're gonna do a little patch here, and then we're gonna burn it, and then we're gonna actually burn in some of the cracks, because that's gonna create contrast and it's gonna create shadow. So, sorry about that, he's coming in. So let's get to it. You know, for fixing cracks in this part, I think with this tool talk, it's gonna be about how to approach clients and telling them, and to be honest, that wood is going to crack. And now we're gonna show them how to fix the cracks. So if you guys wanna fix the cracks, you can just send them to my video. Thank you, because I like the views. But if you send them to the video, then you can deal with how to fix the cracks. And right now we're gonna go over it. I'm gonna kick on the time lapse, and then you guys can watch exactly how I do it. It's so simple, and a lot of people, if you explain it to them, can do it. It's trickier when it gets into the eyes and stuff, but for pieces like this, easy peasy lemon squeezy, baby. Okay, let's go. That's enough talking. And ooh, little wasp. What's up? I hate wasps. Okay, let's get it over. We're gonna do like 5 major cracks, and then I'm gonna stain it, and then I'm gonna put a nice coat on it, and you guys will see the end of it, all right? Welcome aboard. Thanks for watching. Tool Talk Tuesdays. So it's as simple as it gets. Let's get to the point here. I already did this one, and it took 2 seconds. Take these shims, big cedar shims. Don't go crazy. You just want it to hold, and you want it to get, I do it always at the front, because as you push it in, the wood will work itself back. Now, I'm just gonna go along there, make it so it's done, and then this is pretty much it. You fit it in nice. You can, then I give it a little love tap. little love tap, and basically that's it. Now I'm gonna rush it just because that went in so tight. I just used my carving bar now. Nice straight cut down, and then afterwards you can fix it. That shim had a little crack in it, so, oh yeah, you can tell. So now I'll just tap them in and make them fit nice. And they actually go in a little bit better now. And yeah, that'll look good. So now I'm gonna let it sit for like 10 minutes, get the wood to harden a bit, and then I'll work on this one. This one's already done down here. You know, that one was just kind of like it's a clean break, so it's about just finding the right size shim. So my hopes is this one will be thick enough, and I'll be able to do this all in one go. Because really, you don't need to focus too much on the back because nobody's gonna see the back. You want it to be nice and tight, so I'm gonna get it like this now. Hope it doesn't break. Okay, so now I know like this area right here is where I gotta glue. So I gotta glue all right here. Once again, you know, you're just kind of working on the parts that do the emphasis. And that's a big focal point right there. And I like to go a little bit higher at the top because I'm gonna recarve all that, and then I'm gonna paint it black and then stain it, and they'll look good as new. There we go. Now we got that done. And I don't want to move it too much because you don't want to separate them. Like this one, you might have to adjust. Tap it in, tap it, tap. Little lovey taps right there, boom. Now you can see the glue is going to fill it in, and then once you paint it black afterwards, it's going to hide the major cracks. Like if you look up here, I remember this log had a big crack right here, and then you carve it and you paint it and it's pretty much gone. So right now we've got the two main parts done in like 3 minutes and super easy. So now just find a nice one for here. It's too thin. That's where you get your angle grinder, and then you can just grind away, you know, like a bit of this part into like a wedge, and then shim it in. So this one's still a little small, but we'll figure that out. So let's get this one done, and then we'll come back and I'll show you what we do with the final details. Yo. So now that it's all set for a while, I just let it harden up, and then I start cutting it away and getting it as close to the carving as I can. And then you can see I use the Makita finger sander, one of my favorite tools. I just kind of slowly eat away at the wedges, and I don't go crazy. I just kind of like to get it perfect, and then I use my grinder if it's big enough where it's going to be fast. And you just take your time. You use whatever tool you think is going to be the same tool you used for your original carving. Then to bring back the contrast, you burn it, sand it, kind of give it the same feel you would give it when you actually did the carving, and then stain it, and then probably do another coat if you've already got a couple coats on it. But just be careful if you have a stained carving already, not to burn the oil that is already on the carving. So there you go, guys. This is basically patched up now. Looks really good. The glue's gonna set for a minute, and this is how you do big square wedge in crack fixing, and that works for any of you. If you have an angle grinder or a palm sander or even a small Dremel, a Dremel with a sander on it. Then you can kind of do in your details and stuff, but hopefully this is helping you.